Oh, hey folks, this is Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're watching WGS-TV. Tough guy.
Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer. I am WB Billy Boudreaux, and this is going to be my Impact Wrestling review for the week of February 9th, 2012. We open up Impact Wrestling this week with a segment involving Bully Ray and Bobby Rhoode. Bully Ray obviously very upset at the lack of help or the refusal of Bobby Rhoode to watch Bully Ray's back from last week on Impact. By the way, for those of you who are expecting a review from last week, VOD Burner gave me a lot of trouble. Me and Sully Man Ashley did both on-camera video review of Impact, and VOD Burner just did not want to cooperate no matter what, so I do apologize about that. But anyway, back to the review. Bully Ray very upset, and Bobby Roode's trying to explain that he's the wrong person to be upset at. You need to be upset at Sting. Sting comes out and books a main event for the evening, which would be Cowboy James Storm teaming up with the insane icon Sting and taking on Bully Ray and Bobby Rhoode. I want to give this opening segment, a 3 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5, rather. I thought it was rather interesting. Not really spectacular, but it was still a very decent opening. A very decent opening for the show, especially for its second show coming from Wembley Arena in London, England. I thought it was, like I said, a fairly decent opening for the show. We're going to go to the opening match, and it's the continuation of the saga. You notice I said saga. But I think I should just mention this, just for the hell of it. This was billed to be, a Star Wars special episode of Impact Wrestling, because of the whole thing with the Phantom Menace thingy. I'm not a Star Wars guy. In fact, I don't even like it. There's only one Star Wars game that I liked, and that was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Everything else can flat out kiss my ass. And if you're a Star Wars fan, if you disagree with me. But anyway, for an episode of Impact Wrestling that was for it to be billed as a Star Wars special, what they only really did was show some scenes from the movie and the trailer, and then during the commercial break there was a contest to give away some poster art or something like that. So it wasn't really that much of a special, in my opinion. It was kind of lackluster, in my opinion, when it comes to, it being, if you want to think of Star Wars special, have a Star Wars set where the wrestlers come out, or we see Darth Vader or something like that to that extent. But we really didn't see that. It was just Impact on there and a lot of Star Wars commercials. That was pretty much it. Now on to the opening match. It was the continuing saga, as I said already, of Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles. The continuation of the story. Now, the story has really been kind of getting reviews from me, because we know Daniel is heel, and we know Kazarian is face, even though he's doing this against his will, but they really haven't gone anywhere with the story. They really haven't told the story of why Kazarian is listening to Daniels against his will. They really haven't done nothing with it. They've only had Daniels tell Kazarian what to do. Kazarian with reluctant looks on his face. They really haven't given us a background to the story. They really haven't given us much intel, for us to, gnaw on for the story, for us to latch onto this story with Styles, Kazarian, and Daniels. They really haven't gone anywhere. It's just, a repeat of everything we've seen every week. Styles wanting answers from Kazarian reluctantly not looking at him and reluctantly doing what Daniel says. And we still don't know why, and I get the feeling if they continue with this one, this storyline's going to hit rock bottom because they're really not giving us some intel, you know. They're not really giving us the reasons why Kazarian is being forced to listen to Daniels. TNA, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay? I really want you to listen. Give us some background into the storyline. The matches alone can't carry the storyline. Even though they are fantastic, great matches, we know the guys can perform. But they're not, you're not giving us an accurate story. You're not, telling us why Kazarian is reluctantly listening to Daniels. It's just a repeat every week. Repeat of the same thing. It's kind of like with WWE and their themes. They rehash and recycle and reuse and redo. And that's what you're basically doing with the storyline with Kazarian and Daniels and Styles. They're redoing everything. They're at one point in the storyline and they refuse to take a step forward. They refuse to take that step forward. And they need to take that step forward for the storyline to be successful. But they're not taking that step yet. But they need to take that step. No, be that as it may, it was still a very interesting match. Daniels had a pair of brass knucks, and he threw out to Kazarian. Then at one point he wanted the knucks back. Kazarian gives it to him, and beyond the referee's back, same thing we've seen before. You pick him up from back suplex. Daniels right in the forehead. Styles is out. Daniels gets the win. 3.5 out of 5. Pretty much the same thing at the opening promo. I've always been impressed with Daniels and AJ Styles, but they've always had great angles, great storylines. They've always worked well together. And so far, when it comes to trying to carry and make this a successful storyline, it's all been Daniels and AJ Styles. I mean, they really haven't gone anywhere with the explanation with Kazarian. They really haven't told us anything. And like I said already, like I've already ranted about in this video, if they want the storyline to be successful, they need to take that next step. But there are like three different steps: beginning, middle, end. They want to stay at the middle and not move, in my opinion. Then again, this is just my opinion. I could be wrong. But anyway, next match on Impact Wrestling, the next thing that happened on Impact Wrestling was a segment involving Magnus and Samoa Joe. Magnus comes out to address the crowd, and of course, they're in London, England. Magnus's home crowd. He's got to put himself and Samoa Joe over, especially for their tag team match this Sunday. Incidentally, I'm going to try to get with Ashley and possibly Andy for an Against All Odds predictions video. I'm going to try to get with them to see if they'll be willing to do it. If not, I'll try to get one up Saturday. Okay, guys? I'll try to get one up Saturday. If I can't get the other guys to do it with me, I'll do it by myself. But as far as covering it and doing a review, that's Ashley's area. I'm going to have to try to get with him to see how we're going to do this. But anyway, back to what I'm talking about. Magnus, really great job on the microphone. Really did a good job putting himself over. He really got into good graces with the crowd, especially, since it's the London crowd, England. And then, of course, I thought it was great timing to have Matt Morgan Crimson come out, and then they have a brawl. Matt Morgan and Samoa Joe go on the outside to avoid the brawl, and they still have their tag team title match to look forward to this Sunday at Against All Odds. So I thought it was a really great promo. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. Magnus did a really great job. It was good to see that he has really good mic skills himself. I really don't think people give him enough credit for the good mic skills that he has just because he's from London. Just because he's English. He's got really good mic skills. Next up on Impact Wrestling, it was a match, a triple threat match, for the X Division title. It was Austin Aries defending, non-title. I take that back, I was reading my notes wrong. Non-title match. It was Alex Shelley taking on Austin Aries, the X Division champion, and the returning Douglas Williams, who came back to a huge pop. He's English too, guys. And, I've always had a great deal of respect for Douglas Williams. He's very loaded with talent, and it was good to see, even though he was, sidelined for a month or two with that injury, that DDT on the outside that he suffered from Gunner, that he, really had no ring rust at all. Great to see that he pulled out the Chaos Theory, that rolling German suplex, and he pulled it off beautifully, as always. Austin Aries kicked him in the yam bags. I didn't think Taz could say on TV like that you can kick someone. He got kicked in the nuts. That's what he said. And I didn't think you could say that on a wrestling show, bar none, on Spike TV, but he did. And I don't know if he got in any trouble for that, but when I heard him say that, it made my head hurt right here. Right here. But, yeah, Alex Shelley was in trouble. Looked like Austin Aries was going to hit the brain buster, and then he does that knee. When Evan Bourne gets picked up for a suplex and he counters with that knee to the head, that's what Alex Shelley did. I guess he probably picked up on it. And then hit the sliced bread and got the win, which kind of gives him momentum into Against All Odds with his X Division title match against Austin Aries. So, a really exciting match. I thought it was really great. 4 out of 5. Good to see Douglas Williams back. He was really on the ball. Didn't miss a step. Alex Shelley, great as always. Phenomenal, energetic. Austin Aries really pulling off the heel gimmick really well. And what else can I say? It wasn't flawless. There were some things, not very much, but I felt it was good enough for a 4 out of 5. So that's what I give it. The next up was the segment involving Hulk Hogan and Garrett Bischoff. They come out here and the crowd's going crazy. They're going nuts. For Hogan, since there are a lot of Hulkamaniacs in London, apparently. And he's, talking to the crowd. And Hogan was, Hogan is Hogan. What else can I say? Hogan is Hogan. I don't need to say any more than that. And he was putting over Garrett Bischoff. To have someone, with the name, the legend, the iconic name like Hulk Hogan actually come out with you. It doesn't matter if you're the son of the company, if you're the son of Eric Bischoff, if you're the son of Jeff Jarrett, or if you're anybody's son. If Hulk Hogan comes out and puts you over on the crowd, that says a hell of a lot. I can't imagine what it meant for Garrett Bischoff to have an iconic figure like Hulk Hogan. He's already had Sting back him. He's already had Sting put him over. And now he's had Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster. Oh yeah, brother, yeah. That's Macho Man, sorry. But you kind of get what I was trying to do with that. Anyway, he's got Hulk Hogan putting him over. Like I said, I can't imagine, what's that, what that means to Garrett Bischoff. What is that, what that does to his confidence, to have someone like him. It doesn't matter if he's known him all of his life. If he goes out there and he uses his name and puts you over, that is saying something, ladies and gentlemen. That is saying something. And that puts, even though it's really a big confidence booster for Garrett Bischoff, but I gotta believe also at the same time, it's also got put a lot of pressure on the kid. because you're getting guys like Sting and Hulk Hogan to come out and put you over. You know, those are two of the biggest iconic names ever in pro wrestling, and you're getting them to come out and put you over. They're basically putting their names on the line by saying that you're the future of this business and you're gonna make it big. And I believe that's gonna put a lot of pressure on this kid Garrett. And but I think he's got a good chance because with Hogan probably teaching him the physical aspects of it, and and all the in-ring aspects of it, how to call him spots, bumps, and everything like that. You got Eric Bischoff, who has his father, who has tremendously golden microphone skills. He can get on the microphone, and within 5 minutes, he can get you to hate him. And then after the segment was over, he'll be the nicest guy to you ever. That's how good Eric Bischoff's mic skills are. And when you have your father, inheriting your mic skills from your father, and you get Hulk Hogan and others teaching you the physical in-ring aspects of it, Garrett Bischoff really has a golden opportunity to make it as a pro wrestler. But he has to put forth the effort. And as of late, I will say this. His mic skills are starting to really, really shine. Really, really shine. At first, it was kind of a dull glow, but now he's starting to shine. And they also used this segment to announce the fact that against all odds, it'll be Garrett Bischoff with Hulk Hogan in his corner, taking on Gunner with Eric Bischoff in his corner. Great segment. I loved every bit of it. I kind of want to retract what never mind. I kind of said something bad in the review that never went up, so I'm just going to go ahead and wash my hands of it, saying I didn't say nothing. 5 out of 5 on this segment. That's how much I thoroughly enjoyed it. Speaking of thoroughly enjoying something, how about Velvet Sky and Mickie James? Even though there was no real history or no real build into the match, they still came out and performed a really great match. Of course, Taz all over, let the pigeons loose, and everything like that. And Mickie James, I thought, was on a roll. I know she's got a I think she has a match at Against All Odds with Gail Kim. I believe. I'm going to have to go back and check the records. It's either Mickie James or it's Tara that has a match with Gail Kim, because during the night they showed a segment where Tara was filming some home footage of London with her camera, and Gail Kim comes up and attacks her. So it's either going to be Mickie James or Tara, either one. But Velvet Sky ends up getting the win. I thought it was a very decent match. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The knockouts, much more entertaining to watch than the WWE Divas, because not only do they have the look, they have the talent. 4 out of 5. Then the main event. Sting and Cowboy James Storm taking on Bobby Rhoode and Bully Ray. I thought it was really great. Sting looked in phenomenal shape for a guy his age. Cowboy James Storm, great. Rhoode and Bully Ray, what else can I say but awesome? Quote the Miz, awesome. If you notice, at one point in the match, Sting's going for his second Stinger Splash, and you kind of notice him kind of skip a step or hop a step or something, and then he comes up and he's starting to limp like he did something. There were reports going out that Sting did get hurt in the UK during these tapings, and from the way he looked, I'm thinking he might have done something to his Achilles tendon or something. Maybe he pulled his Achilles tendon or something, because it was really noticeably bothering him a whole lot. And so I'm not sure exactly what happened. All I know is, after the second Stinger Splash, that's when he started limping. I don't know if it happened during the run or if he landed wrong. I am not positively sure. But the only thing I know is Sting got hurt, and it happened during that I'll say the the second Stinger Splash that he did on Bobby Roode in the match. So quite possibly he might have pulled his Achilles tendon or torn it or something. I'm not entirely sure. But you know, if I can find out more information, I will make another video giving you guys the the intel on that. So I'm going to go ahead and give the main event a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was really great. I think the main event might have been a little bit better if they would have had Jeff Hardy there, but I think probably for legal issues that he couldn't make the UK tour, you know, with Jeff Hardy and all of his legalities and his issues that he's still trying to get sorted out. So Sting made a good replacement, but I think nobody expected for Sting to like hurt his leg or hurt his ankle or something like that, because it kind of looks like it hurt his, you know, hurt his ankle or it pulled his Achilles tendon or something. I'm going to have to check out the news reports and get back to you guys on that one. But I thought it's still a great match. Like I said, Jeff Hardy's insertion would have been a little bit better. It would have made more sense considering the fact that those four are going to be going at it for the World Heavyweight title this Sunday at Against All Odds. So, but again, with Sting, you know, Sting still performed at his level. You know, he still kept going even though he... his ankle was bothering him, his leg was bothering him. It was very noticeable that he continued to limp during the rest of it. And you know, Sting, you know, being a trooper, you know, pulled through to the finish of the match, and he still went for the Scorpion on Bobby Roode, made Bobby Roode tap out. So therefore, Sting and James Storm win the main event match, and again, it gets a 4.5 out of 5. Really great show. I thought it was fantastic. You know, great finish for the London show. But my question is, can TNA carry over that success, you know, and how well they ran their shows over in London back to the States and back to the Impact Zone over in Florida? Can they bring that type of atmosphere and that type of success in their shows, the way they ran it, back to the States? I sincerely hope so. Because if they don't, that would be a big disappointment. They put on great shows for the London fans, but if they come back to the States, you know, and they go back to being the lackluster show they were, that's going to be a huge disappointment for we fans here in the States. I'm not discriminating against fans over in London. Those fans deserve to have great shows, because, you know, TNA and the WWE, they don't go over there that often. But, you know, TNA really stepped it up a notch in London, and I sincerely hope that they keep it up as they come back to the States, especially for the Against All Odds pay-per-view. So, what I want to know now from you, the WGS-TV viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Impact Wrestling this week. You know the two ways to do it. You can either put your thoughts and your comments and your ratings on Impact Wrestling in the comment section below, as you see me pointing down there into the direction of the comments section, or you can leave a video response for your thoughts and your ratings for Impact Wrestling this week. I look forward to checking out your guys' thoughts and your ratings on Impact this week. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/TheWrestlingGamer, so we can live tweet during the wrestling shows. And don't forget to like this video if you liked everything I have to say in the review. And don't forget, subscribe. 900 subs is when I get to the new Q&A, guys, but it has to be at 900. So we're getting there. But it's got to be at 900. So, with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.